Hello, all my naughty nymphs and perverted pimps, and everybody else not sitting on a pillow. What I have here at this moment is over the 5 years since 2015, November 5th, when I created this book, and then did a video on my original YouTube channel. This is kind of blurry. Here, give me a second. This is very blurry. Oops. Well, I hope you're still there. Well, I think you are. All right. I've got the, I did edit, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. And I've still, that first rough draft was a synopsis. And I've got the synopsis here, the 4th or 5th edit synopsis. Give me a second. Oh my God, there is literally something blowing in. I mean, it's a little chilly and it's a little cloudy and birds are having fun, but this whole coughing, hacking shit, oh my gosh. Allergies suck. But I've got my reading glasses on. You can see I got my reading glasses on. And I'm going to read to y'all my, this video is going to be called Sheeple. And it's a book I'm going to publish. I planned on publishing it within the first 5 years, and it's been 5 years. And it took me 3.5 years to find somebody to do the artwork, which I could have done myself. Of course, I won Artistic Excellence for a piece of work my last year of high school at a United States Congressional Art Competition. And I also drew the cover of the annual in Aledo, where I grew up. Where I was a volunteer fireman, my second year of high school. So I could have done the artwork myself, but my focus was I created the book, I designed the artwork, and I wanted another artist to get their credit for the artwork in a book that was going to be published, hopefully, in every language all around the world. Well, I gave that individual that I finally found a year and a half ago, something that should have taken a weekend at the most, a week tops. Maybe they got 3 pages done and then decided they wanted to change it kind of shit after a year and a half and didn't want to get it done. And it's unfortunate. It's truly unfortunate because I truly wanted to give them that credit. I wanted their name on that book as the artist. So they got the credit and et cetera. But regardless, I gave them this weekend to finish it off. They didn't get it done. Then I guess I'm just going to have to knock it out, which it's literally going to take me probably half a day, whole day at tops to get the artwork done. It's kind of like a Dr. Seuss rhyme book. I mean, you're going to hear it here in a minute, and if you haven't heard it before. But I'm going to read a synopsis. All right, it's called Sheeple. Sheeple. Description of book. Adult and children's book of poetry style parables of life in order to teach the world we all share from my personal perspective. Book dimensions: 8 inches tall by 10 inches wide, and all pages are framed as if looking out a bedroom window. In other words, the individual that's reading the book is inside the box, looking outside the box. My piece of art that I won Artistic Excellence from a United States Congressional Art Competition, which the certificate I got has the United States Congressional seal on it, and my name, and blah, blah, et cetera, et cetera. It doesn't matter. I laugh because they got my last name written wrong, and they took my second letter of my last name, which was supposed to be an E. They wrote an I. It don't matter. It's all good. It made me laugh. I mean, hell, I was 19 years old. I was 18 or 19, whatever, when that happened, and it was in 1989. So it either happened before March or after March, and I either whatever age I was, I laughed my asses off. I was still a volunteer fireman. I worked at a convenience store. I was a tutor for other students. I was AB honor roll, and after I graduated, in August, I joined the Army. Went to Korea. Was in the 7th ID, had top secret security clearance, and blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. And if you haven't ever heard that before, look back at my old videos. There's a whole bunch about that. But regardless, I apologize. Cover. Of course, a lot of this is going to be the description of the artwork that should be in it. And then I go ahead and read the part of the book that's going to be on each page. So, cover. Picture description. A black sheep standing on his back hooves, looking at the reader in the middle of a herd of many solid, varying colored sheep with 7 white wolves dressed in white wool surrounding the herd, equal distant from each other. Dedication page. I added this to this particular, once I did all these edits. A dedication to my mother. I dedicate this book to my loving, caring, always there for me mother. If she was not exactly the mother she was, I would not have become the person I am today. For that alone, I love you, Mom. I absolutely love you with all my heart. I don't know. You read books and you see, somebody gives a dedication to here, gives a dedication to there. And I'm giving a dedication to this specific book, which I've got 2 other books that are going to come out. One's a 400-page regular book that's not a rhyme kind of 10-page book like a Dr. Seuss kind of thing. It's called Patterns, and it's about PTSD. It's about the history of it. It's about it's kind of like a biography / history book, I guess you could say. Talks about what I've gone through my entire life, the truth about all the things I've dealt with, and then it talks about the history of it, all the way from the Roman Empire all the way to the creation of the United States, and why PTSD is not just something that's just made up. It's been happening for hundreds and thousands of years of one group thinking that they can just, tolerate or treat other individuals like they're just worth the fucking nothing. They're slaves. They control them, and they think that they control, manipulate, and torture those individuals and make them mind. And that's where PTSD starts from. Whether it's a individual that molests somebody, whether it's an individual that rapes somebody, whether it's something that they suffer through, whether they're in the military or no matter what they're in. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I got it. I started it from childhood. All right, so I already gave you the dedication. We're going to say page 1. Picture description. A black sheep sitting by a river, looking off in the distance at a cliff. Good morning and good day. Good evening, I say. I am the giver, black sheep by the river. A pleasure to me, I hope you will agree, to spin you a tale of misguided sheep in a spell. All right, that was page 1. Let's go to page 2. Picture description. All the sheep are happy and serene. So they're all, in this location. The reader it looks like they're looking through a window from the inside of a house, and they're seeing all these sheep, just having fun. Sit back and think hard of fields like your yard, full of all sorts of sheep, as they eat and they sleep. Some brown and some white, some red without spite, all unique and aloof, free to dream on the hoof. All right, I've got this set up for 4 pages, so bear with me. Oh shit, I dropped it. And of course my knee's still messed up, but bear with me. All right, page 3. Picture description. A shepherd watching out for the herd of sheep and watching out for the wolves. Story, continue. The shepherd taking stock for the safety of the flock, keeping all the peace, while sheep growing their beautiful fleece. A kind of gentle soul, so filled with love, the highest goal. To protect the shepherd's herd from the wolves' twisted soft word. I'm sorry I'm not reading it good. I'm not wearing the best reading glasses, and it's quite cloudy and the wind's blowing, and I'm thinking I'm going to move. That way it's a lot easier. I think when I originally did this in 2015 on November 6th, early morning, which was, I originally created this book on November 5th, 2015. But my first reading of the rough draft, which was basically a rough draft synopsis, I sat here when I read it. So bear with me. Page 4, picture description. The shepherds noticing the wolves dressed in white wool. So it's going to be a picture with the shepherd looking past the sheep and seeing the wolves. And they're walking closer, and they've got white wool, so they've already destroyed some sheep, and they put their wool on them to mask and make somebody believe that they're just wolves. That they're just sheep. All right, story, continue. Of course, this is page 4. One day all the sheep, they were happily asleep, the shepherd working hard, as wolves neared the yard. They dressed in white wool, for sheep would they fool. The shepherd was all keen, through their plan the shepherd had seen. Page 5. Picture description. The wolves attacking the shepherd. Well, y'all can figure that one out. Unfortunately, though, the wolves knew the shepherd would know. They planned and worked hard, catching the shepherd off guard, while whisking the shepherd out of play. For now the shepherd was gone away. Their plan all but foolproof, thinking all fools' day dreamed on the hoof. Page 6, picture description. All 7 wolves in sheep's clothing as they are slowly surrounding the sheep. All right. Of course, this is page 6. Story continue. The shepherd now in heaven, for the wolves they numbered 7. With care the wolves merged with the sheep, as the sheep were all blissfully asleep. Before they could awake, control the wolves they would take. Control the wolves they would take. Devious was their plan, no sheep would understand. And of course, you know who the 7 wolves are. They're the 7 deadly sins. And I could list all 7 of those, but my traumatic brain injury is going to make it really difficult for me to try to make this as quick as possible to remember each and every one of them. Look it up. Google that shit. Seriously, Google it. 7 deadly sins. All right, page 7, picture description. The sheep began to grow a little fat as the wolves whisper to them and slowly lead the sheep away. So it's going to be a picture of the sheep getting a little bit fatter, and the wolves that are dressed in white Sheeple are, walking beside them, and they're kind of like, you'll see them kind of whisper in their ear, like they're, giving them a little conversation, tell them, what their specific, information is, whether they're greed, whether they're sloth, whether they're war, whether they're et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, there's 4 more in there, but story continue. They kept them all that way, all night and every day, softly breathing words like prayer, while twisting dreams without a care. The sheep began to change. They started looking real strange. The wolves now controlled things, moving sheep that had no wings. Page 8, picture description. The sheep growing even fatter, the wool covering their eyes, with a cliff in the distance and brown, sick-looking grass near the edge of the cliff. Story continue. Never awake while whispers went on. When sheep finally woke, wolves would eat each one. The sheep, they grew fatter as wool covered their eyes. To them, nothing mattered from wolves' dreamy lies. Slowly, the wolves moved sheep towards a cliff. Never a rush and never a sniff. The grass there all poisoned was their plan, keeping the sheep unable to see and understand. Now, I'm sorry I'm reading this so slow. It's because of my traumatic brain injury, this is like the first time I've read this in 2 years. I mean, seriously, the very first time I've actually read a book I created in 2 years. So bear with me, please bear with me, and please forgive my, I read a lot better. I'm an avid reader, an avid everything. So, all right, so page 9, picture description. The wolves around the sheep, fat, blind sheep, all herded up next to a cliff, with one single black sheep standing on back wolves looking at the truth. Y'all can figure that out. I can describe it if you want me to, but y'all can figure that out. All right, story continue. The cliff loomed closer as the sheep they would drop. Not all at once, the wolves whispered to stop. One at a time, or in small groups, wolves would take turns eating delicious sheep soup. Not every sheep fell for their plan. A single black sheep would understand, screaming out to the whole flock for them to hear, while the words falling only on deaf ear. All right, page 10. Picture description. The black wolf outside of the flock, as if cast out, while the wolves with full bellies lounge around the fat, oblivious, blind, multicolored sheep. Story end. Story continue. Well, this will be, page 10. And actually, there's one more page after page 10, but that'll be the final page. This is story end. This is the story. No sheep listened or seemed to mind. The sheep shunned and turned unkind. Black sheep saddened with such despair. If only waking up the sheep would care. Push the wool from your eyes, and you will see. Yet the black wolf's words fell death on the free. So I say unto you, each and all the good people, forget wolves and their lies and stop being sheeple. Of course, that was the original end of the book, but I went ahead and added I guess you'd say the 11th page, the hidden 11th page. It's called the final page. Picture description. Same picture as page 1 without the black sheep. So it's basically you're looking through a window. You're inside of your bedroom or your house or whatever. You're the reader, and you're looking through and you're seeing the field. There's no sheep. There's no wolves. There's no black sheep. All right. Hopefully and optimistically, from one black sheep to maybe another. While being a good sister or even a good brother, try to tune out the wolves' voices that fill our heads with blunder. The struggles in life are worth it, so never give up and always dream of green fields with a mind full of wonder. Never Forever, The End, November 5th, 2015. And that's how the final page ends. And then, of course, there's going to be 5 pages of blank pages that look like writing pages with lines on them. And at the very top, it says here, I'll just read this part. 5 more blank pages for notes with the words, outside of the box, free critical thoughts. A little rhyme. Stop each page. Or atop each page. So it's going to give you 5 pages where the individual that owns the book or the child that gets to hear the book and grows up a little bit and gets to a point, or the adult, because it's an adult or children book, they have a space where they can just have their own thoughts or their own ideas about their own world. You know, they don't have to absolutely believe my perspective of this. They might come up with their own thoughts, their own ideas. It gives them a space to do so. Y'all think it's pretty cool, don't you? I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm kind of weird. You know, I'm either retired or retarded. My wife will tell you I'm retarded. I tell everybody I'm retired. And then, of course, I'm special. And my dad's name is Eddie. Goes by Ed. So you take my dad's first name and you throw it with my special. Makes me just a little special Ed. Ah! But I hope y'all enjoyed that. And I wish I'd have read it a hell of a lot better. And of course, on the top page of the first book, and it's actually on the top page of this synopsis, it's got here, I'll show y'all. You know, it's got the flip side mark, and it says a bunch of shit. And it says, be original, be uninhibited, be a free and critical thinker, hold honor, honesty, and integrity above reproach. That's me. That's me trying to educate all the other people / masses / sheeple. So oh my gosh, we're at like 23, almost 24 minutes. This is going to be a hell of a lot longer than it was the last time. It was like 15 minutes, and I told a whole bunch of shit the last time. So I truly do apologize, and I hope this isn't too damn long for anybody to watch. And of course, I look like shit, and here we go. There we go. I truly do love each and every one of you. I give an absolute fuck about the people in this world. We're all unique. We are all amazing individuals. There's not one individual that's more than any other. We're equals. We all live in this little blue marble, this great, big, vast, infinite universe. I wish we could all get along, but unfortunately we can't. And I'm trying to educate as many people as I can, because I am the black sheep. Peace. Carpe diem. Catch you on the flip side. Arr! Sound like a wolf, don't it? No, I'm the black sheep.